Beginner or Pro, if you had to buy only one GSM UnlockTool in 2026, which one would you pick? I'm talking about a tool that's easy enough for a beginner to use, but powerful enough that an experienced technician can rely on it every day. I'm Ovidio from unlockresellers.com, and I've compared 5 popular tools by price, coverage, 2025 update counts, ease of use, and real support. In this video, I'll walk you through what I found and the one I recommend for 2026. We'll go alphabetically for a short background on each tool, then I'll compare them side by side. The 5 are Cheetah Tool Pro, Chimera Tool, Octoplus Full Digital, Pandora from the Z3X team, and UnlockTool. Cheetah Tool Pro is one of the newest names here. It became better known around 2022 and stood out with an easy interface, helpful support, and a very affordable price. They do show up on GSM hosting and offer good support there. Because it's newer, it doesn't cover as many devices, especially older ones, but it's easy to use and good as a low-cost helper. Chimera Tool is a well-known brand in GSM, active since around 2021, and they've driven a lot of firsts. They were among the first to drop the box and move to online licenses. Chimera is easy to live with. Connect the phone, it detects it, and it suggests the right operations. You can also check the supported features on their website before you start. I also like the all-in-one driver package. Install once and avoid most driver problems later. Octoplus Full Digital is also from an old respected team connected to GSM server and has been around since the early 2010s. They were not always the very first with new features, but they are very adaptable and stable. They moved from boxes to online licenses around 2020, and now they sell short-term licenses for a few days to match the tool renting demand. If you do Samsung and FRP work, especially Exynos Samsung devices, Octoplus is a strong out for you. Pandora is a newer product, roughly 2021, but it comes from the veteran Z3X team. Development is fast and it supports a wide range of chips, especially MTK. It can feel technical if you're just starting because many jobs need special service mode, often by test points. If Z3X Sam2 Exynos features were in the same software and the interface would be simpler, Pandora would be a top pick. As it is, Pandora is a great once you go deeper, especially for MTK work. UnlockTool is a great value and it develops fast. It's strong on newer Chinese brands like Xiaomi, Oppo, and Vivo, and it's one of the few multi-brand tools that also supports iPhone. The price sits at the low end of the spectrum, so it picked up a lot of traction. They are less active on classic forums. Still, there is a MartView forum section, but most announcement and most of the support is on Telegram and on WhatsApp. Alright, let's start the comparison, beginning with ease of use. Cheetah is pretty easy of use. The interface is simple and the move to a single application with tabs for both chipset and brands means you can navigate easily. The brand and model search at the bottom is genuinely helpful. I call that 4 out of 5. Chimera is 5 out of 5 for ease of use. It installs the drivers you need up front and it's truly all-in-one. And once you connect the device, you'll get the recommended operation immediately. It's very easy to start and once you learn a bit, you can go straight to the job you need. Octoplus gets around 3.5 out of 5 for ease of use. There are still multiple modules and sometimes the same model and job appears in more than one. The design looks a bit older, but the step-by-step instructions and the help button are generally useful. Pandora starts fine. Quick search, choose by brand, model and chipset, but there are a lot of options and it can get technical, especially because so much is done via test points. So I'd call it 3 out of 5 for ease. UnlockTool has a very visible top menu for the brands, which is great, but once you dive in, you'll see a lot of options, and you either need tutorials or prior experience to pick the right path. That's also 3 out of 5. Next, coverage and functions. Cheetah supports roughly 3,000 models across 40 brands. That sounds like a lot, but it's still less than half than what the older tools support. Core functions are there and they're adding more, so let's say 3 out of 5. Chimera, at the time I checked, listed around 9,000 devices, and per device they tend to offer the key operations, so that's 4.5 out of 5 for coverage and functions. Octoplus is interesting. Just in the FRP tool they quoted around 70,000 supported model, plus around 4,000 across the other models. Keep in mind FRP tool is about FRP and security reset only, so you won't be doing network unlocks there. And there's also an overlap between the FRP and the other modules. Still is a wide coverage. I call Octoplus 4 out of 5. Pandora lists around 6,000 devices, and it's very strong inside its lane, especially MTK. Many pros keep it for that reason. That's the 4 out of 5. UnlockTool sits around 3,500 models, so on row count that's close to Cheetah, but it brings a big ace to the table, the iPhone support. That combination earns a 4.5 out of 5 for coverage and functions. Now price. Cheetah is about $50 a year and also offers 3 and 6 months options, which makes it one of the more accessible choices. I'll put that for 4.5 out of 5. Chimera starts at around $100 for the entry plan and goes up to $200 for more included features. They remove monthly options, so it's not the cheapest. You do pay for quality and ease, but strictly on price, that's just 2.5 out of 5. Octoplus Full Digital is typically $110–120 a year, which would be a 2 out of 5 on price. But they also offer 1 day and 3 days licenses alongside 3 and 6 months options. And that flexibility matters. So I'll call it a 3.5 out of 5 for price. Pandora is around $70 a year, which is decent. But if you want Exynos side features, you'd likely add the GSM Tools at about $55. So combined it lands similar to Octoplus and without the short-term flexibility. So I'll call Pandora 3.5 out of 5 for price. UnlockTool is the cheapest, it's roughly $45 a year, and they also offer 3 and 6 months options. So that's 5 out of 5 on price. These were the approximate prices when this video was made. So if you want to check any of these prices quickly, you can go ahead to unlockresellers.com and you should get the best price available. Let's move to updates through 2025. Chimera has around 45 public updates in 2025. UnlockTool had around 42, Cheetah had 35, Octoplus 34, and Pandora around 25. Update quality obviously matters too, but that's a separate deep dive. Let's go to support and community feedback. For this tool, general review sites can be misleading. It's better to read real forum posts on GSM hosting or MartView, or check specialty Facebook or Telegram groups, and use the official docs and support pages. Cheetah feels quick. They have an official GSM hosting section, and in my experience they're among the fastest to reply. Along with Chimera, they also offer website chat. Smaller team but present and active. I scored Cheetah support for 4.5 out of 5. Chimera gives you website chat when you're logged in, plus email and Telegram. On GSM hosting, I usually see replies around 1 to 2 business days. Their documentation is clear and they keep a public list of supported action. They do have some happy customers over account locks related to remote work or account sharing. So I'm putting Chimera support at 4 out of 5. Octoplus answers in their official GSM sections with public replies around 1 day depending on the time zone and the topic. Also, from my past experience, they offer good Skype support. They're steady and predictable, so I call Octoplus 4 out of 5. Pandora from Z3X also replies in their GSM hosting section, typically around 24 hours, and they offer email support too. Solid, but a bit more technical overall, so I'll give Pandora around 3.5 out of 5. UnlockTool isn't active on GSM hosting. Their main channels are WhatsApp and Telegram. Announcements are quick and support there is generally responsive, so I'll call the score for 3.5 out of 5. Quick note, since we talked about blocked accounts, most tools limit computer changes and have rules against account sharing to prevent abuse. Chimera is among the strictest, especially about remote work and sharing. Pandora and Octoplus also have limits, though there are fewer public reports about account blocks for sharing and remote use. UnlockTool and Cheetah seems generally more flexible, often about 6 to 24 hours between PC changes. Always check the current policies before you buy, especially if you do remote works or switch PCs often. Here are the total scores based on all the sections we compare. Chimera averages around 4.2, UnlockTool 4.1, Cheetah 4.0, Octoplus 3.8 and Pandora 3.5. All good tools but different strengths. Before I name my pick, here's what the community said. I ran some small polls on WhatsApp, Facebook and a forum towards the end of 2025. Samples were small, but the trend leaned towards Chimera and UnlockTool as the first tool to buy. So here is my one tool verdict for 2026. If I could buy one tool to keep from day one to expert, I'd pick Chimera. It's the easiest to use, covers a huge range, shipped many updates last year, and the docks and support are solid. It is more expensive, and if you want to do remote work or change PCs often, make sure you're comfortable with your account and device policy. If budget is your main driver, or you specifically want Apple workflow, get UnlockTool. It's the best price to value option. Just be prepared for a slightly more advanced workflow and lean on tutorials at first. If you want a stable tool with good coverage for Exynos, for Samsung and FRP, Octoplus is a very good pick. When you're ready to go deeper on MTK and test points, add Pandora. And if you want a low budget helper that mostly feels smoother and easier at the beginning, Cheetah is a great companion. I hope this helped you decide and saved you time. Leave a comment if there is another tool you think should be on the list. You can buy the credits and activation for all this tool and many others on unlockresellers.com. If this was useful, please like the video and subscribe so I can make more GSM related content. Thank you for watching.